Hi everyone. So the purpose of this video is to explain to you the instructions on how to go about completing the museum project assignment. So let us jump into our course shell. We're going to navigate over to the museum project or the museum visit project 1 section on your navigation pane. We're going to open that up and then you're going to open up the museum visit rubric. And then it'll open up to this slide presentation. So the purpose of this museum project is not just to have you do something arbitrarily. There is a purpose to it, okay? This project will allow you to apply what you've learned so far about defining art, analyzing its structure, and understanding the media artists use. You will visit either in person or virtually an established art museum and use your observations to critically analyze and interpret works of art. So this is giving you the first real opportunity to take what you have done in class up until this point and apply it in an independent capacity. I won't be there. Maybe you're friends with some of the classmates in this class, but really this is going to be your first time to independently apply all of the things that you have done up until this point in the semester. So first, museum options. So as I read in the description, you can either visit this museum in person or virtually. I'm going to tell you this right now. You'll get a more authentic experience if you go in person. Local museums are a great place to start. They will offer you the most authentic experience. And if you have a student ID, most often you can get in for free, or there is a day that they have college student for free days. And then also as a student at Tungus, you can check out museum passes at the library. I know that they have Wadsworth Atheneum passes. They have Yale New Haven Art Gallery, or actually Yale New Haven is now free admission for anyone. So I don't even think you need a pass for that. And then they have the Hillstead. They have the New Britain Museum of American Art, and a variety of others. So please check out the Tungus Library to see if you can get passes if that's something that you're interested in. If going in person is just not in the cards for you, then you do have a virtual option. If attending in person is not something you're able to do, there are many great virtual options that you can access. COVID-19 really did give us a lot of horrible things, but it really did provide the opportunity for a lot of places to enhance their digital and virtual environments, and museums were one of those places. So they really do have some really great virtual experiences. So if that is something that you are interested in, you are able to do that. Let's go down to the next page. So this is the real meat and potatoes of what I am asking you to do. So first and foremost, you're going to choose an established art museum. You're going to select 2 works of art that capture your attention, either in a positive way or in a negative way. You definitely want to talk about, in this museum project, you want to talk about something that you find you have an emotional response to, a strong emotional response to. First and foremost, you're going to gather details on the 2 works of art. It's essential information like artist name, title of the work, date, time period, medium, artist statement, if it's available. All of this information needs to be credited in your paper using APA style citations. Everything after this is really going to be your perspective and your opinion. So you don't necessarily need to use the APA citations. However, if you are referencing any artist statement or information that's provided to you that's not coming from you, then you need to cite it. Okay. After that, you're going to analyze each artwork individually. You're going to address in your paper formal analysis. You're going to deconstruct the work using the elements and principles of art. Discuss how the artist used these tools to organize and communicate visually. You're going to talk to me about the medium and the technique that was used. You're going to identify the 2D medium, for example, drawing, painting, printmaking, digital. However, if you are looking at something that's 3-dimensional, you want to talk about it, talk to me about how it was constructed. Is it a installation? Is it a sculpture? Is it a little bit of both? Is it a little bit of 2D media and 3D media put together? You're going to talk to me about your meaning and intentions, explore the message of the theme of the artwork. The artist's intent is not clear. Infer possible meanings based on your formal analysis. So usually in that artist statement, that is next to the works of art. Sometimes they talk about the specific work of art, and sometimes artists will talk about their body of work as a whole. So you really can have a moment for some creative liberty in talking about the intention of the work of art at your best guess based upon your formal analysis of it. Your personal reflection, share your own interpretation and emotions, your emotional response. Did you find the work successful? Why or why not? Did you like it? Why or why not? You're going to compare the two works of arts together. You're going to analyze common threads between the selections and reflect on why these pieces stood out to you and what connects them together. Find common themes, technique, emotions, or artistic approach. Basically, what I'm asking you to do is talk about them individually and then talk about them together as a whole. Pick out those foundational elements, different kinds of lines or the same lines being used, shapes, colors, values, those kinds of things. As far as the formatting guidelines for this paper, it's going to be approximately 5 pages, double spaced in a 12-point font. I say approximate because I don't want you to beat your head around, oh my gosh, I need to get that 5th page. So can I increase the font here? Can I make another paragraph? If you've explained all of this right here in 4 pages, that's fine. I'm going to tell you this right now that you're going to need more than 2 pages for sure, probably at least 3 to give me a authentic and appropriate analysis of these 2 paintings. If you go beyond 5 pages because you have that much to say, wonderful. I welcome that. Please don't give me 20 or 30 pages just because realistically I can't turn that over, especially if multiple people do it. So that's why I give you an approximate range here. This can be submitted as a Word document or a Google Doc. I know it says Wednesday, November 5th right here. It is Sunday, November 9th. I'm so sorry about that. I will change that for you. This paper is due Sunday, November 9th. I have some helpful tips here that you can read at your leisure. I really want to talk about this though. A picture is worth 1,000 words. I know it can be a little bit daunting and intimidating to go to a museum and to talk about works of art in a capacity of I've never done this before. I've only had a little bit of experience in this class. Your opinions matter. Your thought processes matter. How you feel about something matter, and they're all valid as long as you are able to explain yourself explicitly and thoroughly, grounding yourself in your definition of art and the formal foundations of art, which are the elements and principles of design. If you're doing that, then any opinion, any thought that you have is accurate and is valid and it is correct. So please don't get too intimidated or feel insecure about doing this. I'm really looking at your opinions about this and how well you're able to explain those opinions. This is how I'm going to be grading you. There's only going to be 3 areas that I grade you on. The first area is the depth and relevancy and reflection of ideas and opinions. That's directly speaking to this section right here. Your formal analysis of the 2 works of art, how they work separately and how they work together. The clarity of ideas and organization is how well you're able to explain yourself through your definition of art, the elements and principles of design. Is it in a clear and succinct way, or are you all over the place? I'm confused and I can't follow your thought process. And then the last section that I am grading you on is the mechanics of writing. This is first and foremost an art appreciation class. This is not an English class. However, this is a formal paper. So in that capacity, I do need to be able to not get distracted by writing in mechanical errors, such as utilizing different kinds of text to speech, capitals where there should be no capitals. And that's it. If you have any questions,